Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This week we are in the amazing country of Switzerland, and boy is this a cool place. We show how we enjoy this beautiful country with absolutely no money, which turns out to be easier than we first thought. However, not all goes to plan, as our time in this country ends in disaster. I cannot feckin' believe it!
It's been such a big dream of mine to come to Switzerland, and I can't really describe how excited I am to be here. So the last time we vlogged was a week ago, and that was a day in our van life.
Yeah, like a mundane day.
Yeah, and for the last week we spent driving. So we drove from Pula to Novigrad in Croatia, and then we drove along the coastline in Slovenia. So we were back to Slovenia for a day, and then we spent yesterday driving 10 hours through Italy to make it all the way here.
Stuck in a lot of traffic.
Yeah, it wasn't the nicest drive, but we are finally here.
Now the only problem with us being in Switzerland, it's an expensive country in the whole. I suppose that's not really a problem for us actually.
We have no money, we're on the minus.
So it doesn't matter where we are. So what we thought would be nice to do for this video is to show you how we are going to enjoy Switzerland probably for the next week with zero money.
Yeah.
And when we say zero, we mean zero.
Zero money, yeah.
Right, probably just the fuel in our tank. But I have a feeling that to enjoy Switzerland you don't need any money, all you need is your eyes.
Yeah.
Because this place is insane.
Yeah, double.
Right, I mean, we're literally just driving on the motorway right now and they're like...
This is probably the best toll road we've taken.
Yeah.
And these are the views. Wow, it's so green as well. And in this week's video as well, we're gonna have some epic, beautiful drone shots as well, because Miha, shout out to you. When we were in Slovenia, he dropped off new propellers, so the drone is working, and we're gonna have some really beautiful shots.
I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around the bend.
Right now I'm just looking for a really nice park up spot, and I found such a beautiful space which is on 2000 meters altitudes.
Rob's doing unusual.
Doing my usual, finding beautiful park up spots on the mountain. So we are already pretty high up, but here I think we're going up there. Maybe.
This road's closed, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, it's closed. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Please. Calum! Fuck, no, that's... Please, don't do this to me.
I just want to take a picture. So, unfortunately, we cannot get to the top of the mountain. Your relief drops a wee bit.
A wee bit, yeah.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. But if you take a wee look to the left, you'll see we are still not disappointed by the park up we have found.
This is it.
Excellent. The reason we initially decided to take this road is not only that there's an amazing park up on top of the mountain, but it's also a famous mountain pass. We decided to take a wee hike up the hill to explore the area, and soon realised why the pass was closed in the first place, as the weather took a turn for the worst out of nowhere. So, this is the real Vanlife. Trying to make a fire on, and it seems like the pipe is blocked. This occasionally happens.
And yeah, we're being smoked out.
So it's a dead simple problem we're having with it. Bit of a stupid design, to be honest. This has got obviously the burning compartment here, and it's got this oven. But what's happening, probably can put this off again, is that obviously when we're driving about, the van's shaking about, all the tar that builds up in the inside of the pipe, when it rattles, it falls and collects here. Now, I'm no expert on stoves, but if I was designing a stove, I would have where the flue pipe meets the body of the stove here, so that when the tar and stuff falls, it falls back into the fire pit. In this particular stove, it falls on top of the oven. So there's just a bit of metal plate at the bottom of there. So it just falls and collects and then blocks and then smokes us out. The problem with that is we don't know it's blocked up until it starts smoking out, and it's not like you can just turn off the fire.
Obviously, when the stove is working, it works amazing. You know, we love it so much. But yeah, I think that's something that probably, I don't know whether the company changed or not, but yeah, it's definitely not safe. And it took Calum, honestly, like a year or two to master it, how exactly what we need to do and what causes the problem. So yeah,
how to fix it, and it's just
it's just a bit annoying, but
I have to do this every, how many weeks you would say?
Every 2-3 weeks.
Every 2-3 weeks. Well, maybe, well,
yeah,
it depends.
Yeah.
On
When we travel, we hardly ever use campsites, as we prefer to use the Park4Night app to find a place to stay overnight. Sometimes they can lead you up roads that are quite challenging to drive, like this one.
But it's worth it when you get to stay in places such as this. And often we are all alone. Okay, today is the day. The day we actually do something. Is that right, Rox?
Yes, today is the day.
We're just going to go for a walk. That is the plan.
Yep.
But there is some pretty cool lakes at the top of this mountain. Or kind of, not the top, but
halfway.
A couple of 100 metres from here. So we're going to see if we can kind of, I don't know, find them. And then I guess we'll probably have to move on from this spot because we've been here for 2 nights, and our usual rule is
1 night.
Don't stay more than 1 night. But it was nice and chill, it was nice and quiet here. We didn't feel like we were bothering anyone, so we just stayed an extra night, and I think that was the right decision.
I think so too, yeah. So yeah, today in your place. We're trying to get to a lake, Lago Ritom. Sorry for my... Yeah, Lago Ritom, this is where we're going. And it's beautiful. You can take another path, go up on the mountain, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna walk on the road. This landscape just looks fake. It's so beautiful. Well, it looks really fake.
It's like a screensaver or something.
Yes, exactly. Like on Windows.
Yeah.
We are 1,855 meters above the sea level, and I think this is the highest I've ever been.
Besides being in a plane.
Well, obviously. Oh. Well.
That's crazy. So we made it to the
Lake?
kind of. I don't understand, there's barely any water in the damn thing.
The views from the drone are so beautiful, and we're just so happy that we can have the drone again. But yeah, nice. Worth coming up, I think.
Yeah, obviously we're not spending very long here. We're both kind of hungry. I think it was still worth coming up here, even if the lake, I don't know, it's a wee bit disappointing. It's all frozen and snowy, and you know, the pictures when you come here in the summer, it looks like it's that aqua blue. Wrong time of year, I guess. Still worth coming though. The views are insane. The mountains are amazing. But we shall start heading back down. So our next destination was actually the other side of the mountains, and due to the fact the pass was closed, it meant we had to take the road tunnel, which involved sitting about an hour and a half's worth of traffic.
We are back on the road.
We are back in a traffic jam.
With the traffic jam, yeah.
So it's quite exciting actually. I mean, if you're sad like us, but we're actually going to go through the biggest, deepest, longest tunnel
In the world.
in the world.
I know. I think it's supposed to be
You know, 50 something kilometers.
56 kilometers, I think.
It's crazy.
So I'm gonna try not to have a panic attack.
Claustrophobia.
Yeah.
A whole mountain above you. We just got 18 minutes of this.
Yeah. Could be less than that.
Crazy.
We were on top of that mountain earlier. It's kind of scary to put it in that perspective. We are going into the tunnel! Okay?
Go.
Wow, okay. We're doing this.
Tunnel. Here we go.
So, we checked some facts and turns out Calum was talking shite. When this road tunnel was built in 1980, it was the longest tunnel in the world. Now it's the 5th. Still pretty cool though. It's 17 kilometers long and it took us 15 minutes to get to the other side. However, there is a railway tunnel which is 57 kilometers long. Not only it was completed on time in 2016, but also under budget.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, so it's not as a nice day today as it was yesterday. It's been raining all night. We had a leak in the van this morning. But I've left Rox as I usually do almost every week. This is Sunday, so it's editing day for her. So I've left her in the van and I'm doing my usual, just kind of exploring the area in which we're parked around, which is, I'm not really sure what part of Switzerland we're at. We're just through the tunnel a wee bit, maybe about, I don't know, 10 miles through the tunnel. It was obviously dark when we arrived here last night, but we wake up to this incredible big kind of valley that we're parked in, so that's our views. I'm just following this little path right now. It's meant to be a gentle stroll, but it seems to be getting steeper and steeper. You can see up there there's some ladders to climb, so I'm just climbing up the side of this cliffy bit. It's really, really nice. Yeah, I quite enjoy my wee walks by myself. I'm very much a people person, but on occasion it's quite nice to just get out by myself and maybe explore bits that Rox would be a wee bit uncomfortable climbing. So maybe one of the highlights of my week, Rox's editing days, gives me the freedom to do reckless things like climb cliffs, and I don't have someone fearing for my life. I mean, they don't scrimp when it comes to making paths. That's a serious ladder. Let's just hope it's stable. I'm sure it is. And just out of nowhere, the mist comes down. It's crazy. It's kind of spooky. 2 minutes ago it was clear, and now the mist is coming down. It's crazy. Push I in mind of Scotland a wee bit, and that's funny because about 30 seconds ago I found this rock. Just reminded me of home. I love how sketchy these paths are. Whew. Oh, this is nice. Oh. Little glass, fresh water. Thank you, Switzerland. I think I've made it to the, well, not to the end of the path, but I can't seem to get out the tree line. Don't know how far it goes up. This is a mountain after all, so I think I've come far as I want to. Said to Rox, or we agreed that I'd go out for 2 hours, so probably been over an hour now, so should probably head back now. But great walk, great path. Aye, the Swiss know something about path building. Amazing, and the views, I cannot stress the views in this country, man, are insane. Could be one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been in. Easy. Mental.
probably the friendliest place we've been so far. You know, there's so many people first of all. And the cats like me. So it's pretty perfect. We're just walking on this path. And Calum heard a big bang. There are beautiful cliffs just over there. And it was an avalanche.
Just a wee avalanche, but it made quite a big bang.
Well, what do you think?
And this is possibly the most beautiful place that I have ever seen. And I think the snow just helps to make it look even more dramatic. It's like luscious summer weather here, it's about 20 degrees, and then just a big wall of snow. It's insane. So we've managed to walk up to pretty much, I guess, the end of the road up here, and yeah.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, we are surrounded by mountains. I've counted minimum 7 waterfalls. It's
Waterfalls just
wow.
going, you know, straight off the cliff.
Yeah.
It is free to explore Switzerland's natural environment,
Yeah.
and easily one of the coolest places on the face of the earth that we have seen, even in pictures. I mean, pictures, videos, honestly do not do this place justice. It's insane, and that's free.
Yeah.
Ah, I cannot fucking believe it. It's still moving.
I'm just worried that it will hit a house, you know?
It's not going to hit a house, it's in that cliff somewhere.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably up on the hill, on the cliff somewhere there.
Calum, you are a fucking idiot.
You're not an idiot.
Yeah.
A wee bit.
Sorry, Miha. All that work to get me those propellers, drive all the way to the south of Slovenia to deliver said propellers. I have flown the drone about 3 times and then crashed the damn thing up a mountain where we can't even get it.
Can I just say that all the other drone footage we had, I shot it, especially the one driving. Rather than crash it.
I get to buy a new drone.
Exactly. When we get the job.
Nice place to crash and die.
Yeah.
It's not dead, it's up there, you know, bleeding out. It's got about 10 minutes of life left and we're abandoning it. Anyone who lives in Switzerland and knows this area very well, please help yourself to our drone. One positive thing is that the drone has not been working very well at all for a good couple of months now. I wasn't able to use it on my phone because the cable was dodgy.
My app keeps crashing and we weren't able to shoot, it wouldn't record on the SD card, it wouldn't shoot on the drone, so...
the SD card slot was broken. It was kind of on its way out anyway, but it's still annoying, you know. I think we've had it 4 years. You know, it's over £1,000 piece of kit, and it's now sitting halfway up a cliff somewhere. And now I think this is a good time for Rox to use our expert editing skills to do a little montage of all the drone's best bits, you know, the highlights of its life, the beautiful places it's seen. It's had a beautiful life, you know, it has travelled quite a bit. So commence cool sequence.
Now. So that's us officially leaving this beautiful spot. So I think tomorrow And we're gonna find another spot to stay the night tonight, and tomorrow we're heading to Germany.
To the Deutschland.
Deutschland!
As we slowly head towards Scotland. But Switzerland, you have been.
I loved it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back 100%. Loved it so much.
Yeah, we need to come here for 2 weeks, maybe a month,
Minimum,
and just kind of have a dedicated plan on what we want to do.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we just need to get off this mountain.
Yeah.
And the road is, well, you've seen it on the way here. The road is sketchy.
I'm gonna do a time lapse.
So.
Nice. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you next Monday. Hope you enjoyed this week's video, and if you want to keep up with our future adventures, hit that subscribe button. See you next Monday.